What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Big shout out to all those who showed me some love last week, man. Really appreciate it. That was my first video, and I appreciate all the views and the comments that came through. This is episode 2. It's Wednesday, and it's hump day. With that being said, man, if this is your first time here, what we like to do is watch creepy TikToks and we discuss whether they're true or whether they're false. Who knows? Sometimes I also do gaming videos, but you're in for a treat. If you haven't already, smash that like button, slap that subscribe button, and let's get started. Mine is found. Well. What in the world?
Guys, what is going on with this? So we have an Egyptian pharaoh and pyramid, and then we have the Grand Canyon. And I want you to see what I'm seeing. Take a look so you can understand the internet's newest conspiracy theory. So I'm going to try to explain to you why people think this is legit. And it all starts from an article back in 1909 where an archaeologist found a hidden city and a ton of Egyptian artifacts here in the
I heard
Grand
about
Canyon.
that.
Some people thought that was a hoax, but then the hieroglyphics are actually pretty similar between the two, Native American and
I
Egyptian.
have never
Like,
seen
some of the
this
characters were
place.
exactly the same.
Oh,
And
no.
some people just don't believe that the Grand Canyon could just appear naturally, that man had to be involved to create something so majestic. There's apparently a whole group of people that believe the U.S. government is hiding a whole lot of stuff in the Grand Canyon from us. Supposedly they're hiding evidence and artifacts and a whole ancient civilization, and that our government doesn't want to open any of these mummy shells because they don't want us to be a cursed region. I don't know.
A
Do y'all think it's an
cursed
Egyptian
region.
shrine? You tell me what you
Interesting.
think. Because my theory, I think someone in an MLM came up with this because it looks like another pyramid scheme.
Oh, Lord, that's
There's a
whack.
new scary Simpsons theory that I see.
What is it?
And
What
you
is it?
know that the Simpsons predict a lot.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
in the Simpsons, it's a new episode. In 2024, they predicted it. So in
All right.
season 24, episode 9, Homer Simpson is in a bunker and he's preparing for like a doomsday thing with Marge. And she's like, they're setting up all the rice, all the beans, because they're like, we don't know how long this is going to take place.
Yeah.
And then over Springfield, the solar storm happens. Electricity is gone, Wi-Fi is gone. They have to live in that bunker. The scientists have said recently. And they said that we're going to experience a solar storm, aka
Oh, shit.
internet apocalypse. We
Yeah.
don't know where it ends,
That's an
but you know what I mean? We
apocalypse.
don't know who decides that, right? But they've been saying that the sun has been getting super active, and they've been finding holes, super big holes in the sun that have been causing these these solar storms in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
This is in 2024, fam, and it's happening right now.
Damn, so they predict that shit.
We don't know, it hasn't happened yet, but you know how they predict
No,
stuff.
because, yo, you heard what happened like recently? Just 10 of the most known billionaires
Yeah.
have bought bunkers.
Now, that is true. I've heard that Mark Zuckerberg bought one in Hawaii, so I have heard about these billionaires buying these bunkers. I don't know what for, but maybe they know something we don't know. Do we need to get invested into a bunker? That is the question.
Is the Earth actually just a simulation?
Uh-oh.
There is a theory that humans are actually way more advanced beings, living in higher
Heard
dimensional
that.
worlds, and that the Earth is actually a training ground, being used to prepare us for the impending disaster in the real world. It says that once the training is completed, we will pass on from this world and join the fight for humanity, even though there are many examples of us living in a simulation. And you can watch the full video by clicking on the link in the description below. Why is no one asking the question?
Now, what I have heard is that, since we can hear our thoughts when we think into ourselves, that is from another dimension. I don't know how true that is and nothing like that, but if that's with that simulation that they're talking about, that we're higher beings, whatnot, who knows? That's a good question. True or false, huh? Right? Interesting. What in the world? Jake,
change that's come about in the last 2
Rich
3
people.
years is there probably isn't a child over the age of 6 that isn't deeply concerned about change. I mean, there were reports in the past, but now the focus of the world are on those problems, whether it's droughts, whether it's storms, whether it's the seaside being ruined, just undermining life.
Everything. And in a way, has slightly, I'm afraid, eclipsed the importance of this conversation. No one's saying it isn't incredibly devastating, but actually we do need to think long term about the planet.
Yeah, and it's a distraction, well, more distraction, it's a tragedy, but it does have that knock-on effect.
I was
know.
watching the eclipse, then I saw this.
The hell is that, the Silver Surfer?
My favorite conspiracy theory is that there are people hired by the government to cause rush hour traffic, and it's funded by big oil and SSRI distributors, because what else are you doing in traffic other than burning gas and being miserable? That's my favorite because I just made it up.
I have to say that that's probably true. Unless there's an accident, I don't understand why that there's traffic all the time on the highway. I mean, I just don't understand. Yeah, it's crazy how that happens every day, you know. I guess that must be the ice wall. Okay, but okay. What? That like a garage. No,
What is actually going
no,
on in
don't
this
believe
mysterious
that.
structure? There is an interesting structure called the Safeguard Complex that is
Okay.
built eerily to mimic the Great Pyramids. Built for approximately $500 million, it's puzzling how it was shut off and closed down the day after its opening. Well, you'll see. The rumor floating around is that the structure was just a diversion, and the actual purpose lies deep underground, as a secret base for the elites of the world, to run the world from the shadows. Even though numerous people have reported strange
Why do they
noises
get
and
these
sounds coming
rusted
from the
old
abandoned
places?
structure, no one knows.
Monk spots a tall, white extraterrestrial in NY and asks him for knowledge.
That's weird. I think he probably stepped on that man's shoe. I think he stepped on that man's shoe.
Did you know that in reality, everyone is already dead?
Oh, Lord.
It's said that when a person dies, their brain stays alive for 7 long minutes. During this time, the brain recreates memories, replaying them in a dream state. The individual sees his whole life flash before his eyes. Time elapses differently when you're awake than when you're dreaming. 7 minutes can seem like 7 minutes, or a century. Stephen Hawking has said that when we discover the God particle, or the Higgs button, as some call it, the end of the world could happen in a day, and in 2012, we discover it. And if the world really did end in 2012, and if it did happen in an instant, and we've all been living in our own consciousness ever since, perhaps that's why, since 2012, the world has seemed increasingly strange, unreal, and absurd, as if we are all stuck in a never-ending dream. Our perceptions of reality have become distorted, blurring the lines between what is real and what is imagined. It's a perplexing thought that leaves us questioning the nature of our existence and the true boundaries of our consciousness.
Wow. Well, we do hit REM sleep, so when we do hit REM sleep, it is for only a few seconds, and it feel like an eternity for a dream. So that's an interesting thought, but it's a cap of fiction. I mean, cap of is it fact or fiction? I don't know. What in the world? A lot of people been kissing on this dude's shirt, man. What is she messing with this man white shirt for? What in the world?
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGenerate. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
What in the world? Is that her house?
Theories.
That's weird.
The Hollow Earth Theory. The Hollow Earth Theory is a captivating concept that suggests the Earth is not solid, but rather hollow, with openings at the poles leading to a mysterious inner realm. Proponents of this theory believe that within the Earth's core exists a hidden civilization, possibly more advanced than our own. They argue that ancient cultures like the Mayans and Egyptians possessed knowledge of this inner world, as depicted in their intricate artworks and texts. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Hollow Earth theory is the idea of a central sun. Instead of our familiar sun, supporters propose that a miniature sun exists at the center of the Earth, providing light and warmth to the inner inhabitants. Evidence cited for this theory includes anomalous compass readings near the poles, strange seismic activity, and alleged sightings of UFOs entering and exiting the Earth through polar openings. Some even speculate that mythical lands like Atlantis and Shambhala might be located within the Hollow Earth, serving as sanctuaries for advanced civilizations throughout history.
Let's think about it. If someone lived in the middle of the earth, I mean, they say the core is magma, so it's got warmth, I just don't know how the air would be moving down there, because I would think things need to breathe, maybe. But I noticed that they don't do a lot of discovery down into the earth. They want to leave the planet. So that's the crazy part. So I don't understand. They only saw I think maybe 80% of the, I haven't discovered more than 80% of the ocean or something like that. So there's a lot more that they need to discover, but they want to go out into outer space. So, I mean, those begs the questions. What in the world? Wash his eyes. What the? Thank you for doing it again, because I know. Is that hole that big to make it look like? This is a good video, right? Because I have to look at it a couple times because I just need to. Is the angle of his eyes that wide where it looks as if he's looking at you, no matter what direction? Interesting. And that's a wrap. Another one down in the books. Man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy. Let me know your comments and your thoughts of those videos we just got through watching. Until next week, I'll be seeing you. Stay safe. Peace.